Hey, welcome back to the Unreal Engine's UI tutorial series here, Taking Grace. Bringing you this great drop item box here that you guys would have made last video. And this video we're going to be doing the scripting for it. So if you have not done this yet, just definitely go to the last video and start creating this beautiful thing here. And then I will meet you in this video here. If you already have this done, let's get started here. So we'll go into our event graph for the drop item box. By the end of this, it's going to look very interesting in terms of the nodes. I'll put the old one up on screen. The old one I made was an absolute sketty disaster. So I really went out of my way to figure out how to make this a bit as clean as possible, and I think this is the only way to do it. So we're going to get rid of pre-construct and event tick, and we're only going to run out of event construct. So first thing, we're going to make a reference to our HUD class, as we've been doing for the entirety of our thing. Get actor of class. Actor is HUD class, and we're promoting that to variable, and we're calling it HUD. HUD. All right, so we may need to make a couple of variables. Obviously, we have all of our buttons here, and you see that by default, Unreal removes the slashes. So we have half, quarter, all that. It's just the slashes are removed. Kind of makes it sound cooler. The 12 button, the 14 button, whatever. Anyway, so after these, we need to make a variable called max. We'll shorten quantity to quan. Whoops, we'll make that an integer. And then another one just called quantity. Let's call it quan. And I believe that those are the only ones we need. So we will set our max quantity as our quantity. Okay, and the reason we're doing that, if we have 5 potions, we don't want to be dropping more than, we don't want to waste our time cycling through a bunch of numbers when we don't even have that many potions. So we're just going to set the max quantity as whatever the current quantity of the item is. Okay. We're going to get a sequence, and this sequence, we're going to need all the way to then 8. We're going to be really utilizing graphs, and the bonus of graphs of basically copying all the stuff and then saving us a bunch of time and a bunch of work. So let's go out of quantity plus. So we'll grab quantity plus. We're going to get quantity plus. We're going to collapse to node, and we're going to call this quan plus. And we'll drag then 0 in there. Let's go into quan plus. This is where we're going to do most of our work, and then the rest is just basically plugging and playing and fixing stuff. So, all right, let's move output way over here. We do need to plug into that at the end. Okay, the first thing we'll do is we'll do the unhovered and hovered thing, and then we never have to deal with that again. So we'll do assign on hovered, and we will get player. Oh boy, my fingers were not on the right keys. Get player controller. Set mouse cursor. Oh boy, my fingers do not want to go to the right spots. And we'll make that a hand, and then we will grab quantity plus again, and we will assign unhovered. Plug that in, copy this, and we'll change this to defaults. Okay, so that's done. We never have to do that again in all the functions, because we just got to basically change these basically. The other things we have to change is these events in every single graph we do. We need to change them because, like I said in the previous video, all the event graphs technically exist in the same space, so you can't have events named the same thing. So this one will just say plus unhovered. This one we'll call plus unhovered. And finally, for clicked, we're gonna. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to cut that. I meant to copy so I could paste it. Copy paste. There we go. We'll assign on clicked, and we'll name it plus on clicked. All right, that's what we're gonna want. However, okay, and on clicked, we're gonna do some stuff. So let's get a branch. And we're gonna check if our quantity equals our max quantity. So we'll get an equals node, drag this in, because obviously if our max quantity, or sorry, our quantity equals our max quantity, we're not going to want to increase it anymore. So we'll come out of the false branch, and if it is, we are going to get this. And if it is not the same, then we're going to minus minus out of the false branch. And that'll be all. And then we need to drag out of here. And we need to drag out of, or put everything through there as well. So yeah, we need to do the doubly doubly. Sorry, we don't need to do the doubly doubly. We just need to do this one here. So basically, once it hits this node and it's done, then it's gonna loop back and come through the sequence. So we don't need to worry about that. But after we actually click on it, it's gonna change the number. So we're gonna want to execute some other stuff. Okay. All right, that's all we need to do. So let's go back to the event graph. Let's copy and paste this graph, and then we're going to come in from then one. We need to rename this so we don't get confused. Quan minus. We'll open that up. First thing you do, I'm going to put you guys on your own after a while here. So just pay attention to what we're doing here. So we're making sure we're changing all of the buttons to quan minus. We need to rename all of the events to, we'll say minus. Okay, and then this one here too, minus. Okay, and then we just need to adjust whatever this means. So this would be, if the quantity would be 0, then we're going to add. Did I do that all backwards? I totally did. Sorry, let's undo, because this is actually the right node. The first node, I did it wrong. So quantity plus, we want to add. There we go. All right. That's what it should look like. Sorry, let's, instead of 0, let's do 1. Just we don't want to deal with 0. We don't want to drop 0 items. That's a waste of our time. Okay, and let's go back to the event graph one more time, and let's copy and paste that node once again, and we will rename this one to, I'm just going to stick with the numbers, so we'll just do 14. Just to keep everything the same. Let's plug that in before I forget. Okay, for this one, now we need to do like a little bit of math. I'm confident in your guys' math abilities, which is why I'm going to let you do your own thing and then meet me later. So obviously for quartering it, we're just going to grab our max quantity. We'll divide it by 4. And then we're going to get rid of this and get rid of this and get rid of this. And we're going to set our quantity as this. Okay, and then we'll drag this into there. Of course, I just did that and didn't change any of this, like a bad teacher I am. 14 button is what we want. And then for the event, I just renamed them to literally 14 on hovered. Boom. That's all we need to do. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys get on with it. We need to do one. You need to do one for all the buttons. So the half button, the 3/4, the all, and then for the exit button, do that one first, and then drop button. But you can leave those. I'll pick it up on those two because those two we do like different things. But I'll meet you here after you're done half, 3/4, and all. Alright, I'm back briefly, so I actually realized that there's something in the 3/4 one that I should probably show you guys, because I don't know if you know how to do it or not. So, we're gonna times the max the quantity, not the max quantity. Oh no, sorry, the max quantity. And we're gonna plug that in just like that, but what we're gonna do is we're going to right-click and we're going to get 2float single precision, and then now we can actually do 0.75, as the number, because integers are whole numbers, so you can't do decimals, which is why we got to make that a float. So just make sure you do that, and then then that'll all work great. I haven't done the all one yet, but it won't take me too long to do that. You guys probably already did it. Boom, plug that in. All right, and then this, we will set quantity as max quantity. There we go. Okay, that's all done. Let's go back to our event graph. We will do the exit button first. Well, sorry, we'll dupe this. And we'll just call this exit. Whoops. And on the exit, all we got to do is change all these as per usual. Exit button. See how much less work it is to just duplicate stuff and just, like, meticulously go through it? But, I mean, if you're not paying attention, then you can have some errors. Alright, over here, we're going to delete this, and all we're doing is, remove from parent. For a second there, I thought we needed another thing before, but we don't. Remove from parent. There it is. Okay, and then we'll plug that in here. We will compile. We'll go back to event graph, and now we need to do the drop item button. Once again, we'll copy and paste this guy, and we'll do drop button. And we'll plug this in there. And instead, actually, we will still have remove from parent, but we're going to add a different node for the dropping of the items, which we will get from our HUD, which is the whole reason we made that thingamabob. We're going to drop item, which is that function we made. Slide these over here. And actually, one variable we didn't make was this one here, the item index. Let's promote that to a variable. And let's make sure that that's instance editable and exposed on spawn, because we're going to want to transfer some data through there. Get the quantity to remove from the quantity of our item that we decided to drop. Okay. Will it compile? Ew, what is happening? Oh, I didn't change. See what I mean? Good old compile's there to save me. These are the same. Let's see here. Because I haven't changed them on here. See what I mean? See what I mean? Drop item button. And then I'll rename these to drop 100, 100, and drop 1 clicked. And okay, so now we'll compile and then everything will be fine. Great. And I lied. There's only remove execution pin, where there's only 7 here. Alrighty, so out of all of these, we are going to go into a single node from our editable text box. And we're going to set the text. And we can, we're going to clamp this guy. So let's grab the quantity. And let's get a clamp. And let's set the max to max quantity and the minimum to 1. Alright, and then we're gonna drag this into this, and we'll get this little toText integer. A little messy, but I mean, this whole graph could have been super messy, and it's not. So then we gotta plug all of these in there. So basically, once we click on any of these buttons, it's gonna set our new quantity as whatever the calculations we did in each one, and then it's gonna set the text as that quantity. So we'll be able to see the change right away. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to hit compile. We're going to go to our HUD class. And we are going to go to our... Oh man, look at all the item managements I have open. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of all those. We'll go to our event graph. And we are going to go to widgets to spawn. We're going to do literally this exact same thing. Except we'll have to make another sequence. Another crazy sequence. Crazy sequence. Reroute node, and then we're going to drag it out of there, and we're going to create widget. And the widget will be our drop item box. We are going to promote this to a variable. As per usual, we'll say drop box. I just realized Dropbox Dialog, we'll call it. I just realized we exposed this on spawn, but we actually don't need to do that. Item index will just uncheck this stuff. We'll compile, and then we'll go back to HUD class. So yeah, we're going to set it the same way we did the action menu, so I just realized that. So, alright, we're going to not do the add to viewport or visibility just like we did the previous video. we need to go to our event graph. The first thing I want to do is I want to go down to this event dispatcher, and I want to add the, well, we'll do drop box dialog, and we'll add that to our widget thing. And then I want to add, or I want to remove this from parent 2. So if we push the X on our inventory menu, we want to close the action menu and the dialog box if it's open. Okay, we're going to come down here. All right, we're going to make a new custom event. Custom event. We'll call this add drop box dialog. Okay. So we are gonna do like, I'm not gonna lie, it's essentially the exact same as this. Like, we might as well just copy this and just change all the action menus. So like let's just do that. Save us a bunch of time here. Make sure the menu's not selected there. Paste. There we go. There we go. So this is going to be slightly different in terms of how we're getting this information. So we'll just get rid of these reroute nodes for now. But it's gonna be the same thing. We're gonna check and see if the, where are you? The Dropbox dialog is in the viewport, and if it is, we're gonna just change that to dialog box. Yeah, we're gonna remove that from parent. Okay, so for the index to ref and the quantity, we already have those set from up here in the action menu, because every time the action menu opens, it's setting these, and then if we choose a different slot, it's resetting these to whatever slot we clicked on. So we just need to grab the, hey, look at this, the action menu's stuff. So we're gonna, actually, I think we gotta delete these, we're gonna get an error. So let's delete those, let's get our dialog box, and let's set index, and then let's set quantity. And the reason we need to set the quantity and not just do it in our thing is because we need to set the max quantity. We need to know how many items are actually in there in order to set it. So from action menu, we're going to get item, or we'll just say index, whatever we called it. Get item index to ref, and we're going to plug that in. And then we're going to get action menu again. And we're going to get quantity. We're going to plug that in here. There we go. Okay, after that we'll plug it in, we'll add it to viewport, and then we are going to set, again, making sure that these are the right ones, action menu, and action menu up here. And there's no button area, so this one we need to get the slot canvas. So that was the double canvas we had to do. And there we go, set the position. So just double check that all of these, except for this one, say dialog box and not action menu. Well, and this one too. And that looks good. All right, we'll hit compile. Now the final thing we need to do, we need to call this event. So we're going to do that inside our action menu. So we'll go open our action menu. Right here. We'll go into the graph, and we will add another graph here. I think, yeah, let's do the same thing, copy paste. God, we've saved so much time just using copy paste. We'll rename this to drop item, or drop button. We'll open that guy up. We will change the drop button item right there. And then as per usual, we need to change these. Drop on hovered. Drop on hovered. Drop on hovered. Or on click, sorry. Alrighty, and instead of this one, we're going to delete that. We just need to get our HUD. We need to add Dropbox, or add Dropbox dialog. That's all we need to do. And that should be everything we need to do to get this to work. So let's hit compile and see what issues we have, because that happens, it seems to happen every video now. We are going to pick up all of our potions, and then we're going to drop. See? We have an issue. So yeah, it's put our dialog box down here for some reason. That has to do with the canvas panel slotting. So let's have a look at that in our drop item box in the designer. Okay, so let's see, slot canvas or slot. You know what? The slot canvas needs to be anchored to the top. So what's happening is it's anchored center. So it's literally moving, like you see the blue line, that's the screen. It's literally moving that this corner up here to the center, and that's why it spawned this in the corner of the screen. So this needs to be the top left anchor. That way, when it spawns in, it's going to spawn in with the drop box right literally here in the screen, but this will be centered on wherever your mouse is. Okay, so we'll hit compile. Let's try that out. Pick up all these guys here. Drop item, there it is. How many do you want to drop? We don't want to drop 99. That should not be... Oh, that should not be the way it is. But we can test all these. Quarter, that works. 5 works. 3/4 works. All works, and we'll drop item. And then you can see our alert. I mentioned this, I think, last video. Our alert didn't show up on top of our thing, and that's because we got to change that in a second here. We'll just change that. But anyways, so yeah, we dropped our item. It updated, everything updated. And when we pick it up, it should say picked up 10 potions, which it did. That means it works. Let's change that alert box thing right now. So HUD class, and we'll go to widgets to spawn, and then rate... Where do you see that? Oh, is it the viewport? Yeah, okay, it's the viewport up here. Warning text box, we're going to go down here. Z order, we're going to change this to 1. And then that'll put it on top. So now when we play and drop some stuff, it's going to... Let's drop some different stuff. Drop item. All 1. Then it'll say dropped 1 meat. And then we picked up 1 meat. So yeah, obviously that one thing we got to fix is it starts at 99, which it should not. So, you know what? Oh, you know what? I just realized. The drop item box in the graph, all this stuff, one of these, let's do the last one, drop button. One of these has to come in and go through the output so that we can set the quantity of the item. That's what it is. So let's make sure that is indeed what it was. There, look at that. Okay, and then we're going to go to potions, and it's going to say drop 10. Oh, my inventory's full. Look at that. 10, perfect. Okay, so that all works properly. We can drop items now. That's super cute. Picked up 10. Yeah, maybe in like a future video, like after the series is done, I'll like work on dropping multiple items across multiple slots. That seems a little complicated for me right now. But anyways, yeah, you got this all working here. If you guys like that video and are happy with your project so far, definitely hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for future videos. We are nearly there, everybody, getting all done the series here. The next thing in the video that we need to work on is we need to work on the item info. So now that we have a bunch of items in our inventory, it'll be nice to like roll over each item, and every time your mouse rolls over, it's gonna like populate this area. It'll have like the thumbnail a bit bigger. It's gonna have the name of the item, the description we made, what type of item it is, if it gives health, like how much health it gives. It's gonna give us all that type of information. So it's a nice quality of life thing just to kind of populate this inventory page. And then after that, we're going to do our chest and key system. So nearly there, and I'm happy you guys stuck with this for so long. And let me know in the comments what you guys thought, and I wait to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.